For the children of Room 25, life is not without its challenges.
Napa is the kind of school, it's at a very low poverty, a high poverty level, and children, sometimes the only food they get is the breakfast and the lunch. We have 2 breakfasts, and sometimes some of them have 2 breakfasts and a lunch.
Their neighborhood is plagued with violence and gangs.
One of them says there were 9 shots. I mean, you know that they counted them, you know what I mean?
He was walking with it in his backpack, like this. So he's walking up to me and I'm going, I'm not seeing this. And I called SWAT.
Too much gangs coming and shooting, too much drive-bys.
There's been a big effort in the past couple of years from LAPD and the community to get the gang out of Bryant Street. So Bryant Street was called Little Tijuanita. And the Bryant Street gang was one of the most dangerous in LA.
They face a high-stakes test that will determine their future in middle school. And their lives are filled with the stresses of poverty and immigration.
And we're talking about not just one person per room. We're talking about a family per bedroom.
There used to be 8 people living in the house. And it's an apartment. And we only have 1 bedroom. They sleep in the living room. They can't sleep in the room where they have space there. It's kind of hard living in a place where there's a lot of uncles and aunts and cousins. Have you tried that?
One of the things I'm most excited about is that this intervention helps to connect students to school. And my counselors who have implemented this at their schools say that the students want to come to school because they're going to have the drumming intervention. And we know that connection to school, even if it's with that one intervention or that one counselor or that one teacher, once that child feels connected to school, they are far less likely to drop out of school, so that we can begin to remediate the dropout issue that we have through this intervention alone. You might be wondering, well, how does this affect me? The dropout rate affects all of us in ways that we may not even think about. It affects the economy. It impacts higher taxes to pay for social services. Research shows that students that drop out are much more likely to depend on social services, and they're also more likely to engage in criminal activity.
I've had children recently that have gotten in trouble, and then I find out that their parent was arrested over the weekend. How are we going to help our children cope with the kind of stressors that they are going to be, and probably already we know are having at home?
Early intervention, as we know, and we're talking about as early as 8 to 10 years old, can actually prevent long-term problems of substance abuse, other risky and inappropriate behavior, and aggressive behavior over a lifetime. And we know that with each dropout, there is a cost to society, not only a financial cost that is enormous, but there's also a social cost.
With a little innovative thinking, dedicated teachers, and the will to make it better, such challenges can be faced head-on. After an intensive UCLA research study, a team of doctors, counselors, and creative professionals initiated a program at Napa Elementary School to address the psychological and emotional needs of their children.
This isn't isn't a drumming class. This is about being together and about creating our community.
As a school social worker, I get to see firsthand how badly we need to reach large groups of children. So when I heard about the drumming program, I was totally prepared to be a guinea pig for the project, which initially was nerve-wracking and terrifying because I'm not a musician and I'm not a drummer. But I could see its potential, and I was really up for exploring how the combination of drumming and counseling could impact a classroom of children.
The most powerful thing about a drum circle is that we sit in a circle. There's no hierarchy. We're all together.
With my background in public health, mental health, and the arts, I see drumming as an amazing potential solution.
Okay, because of the problems on the yard, we are going to start to do in the classroom what we're doing in drumming, okay? We're going to start to have sayings before recess and before lunch every day. Because as you know, the little ones look up to you. So I want you to stop and think when you want to do something wrong. I want you to stop and think. I want you to drum the beat that we're going to drum before recess and before lunch every day, okay? So, I am responsible. I do the right thing. Okay, so when you're going to throw the banana, you're going to stop, you're going to close your eyes, and what are you going to say? I am responsible. I do the right thing.
We're starting to actually behave good and not bad like last time. But now that Ms. Gilmore's starting to do the drumming thing, like we will respect each other, like how you want to be respected, and then we spell it R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I have respect for you and me.
I think the point of the drumming is where you could express yourself, be more confident with yourself, and never think having bad ideas or bad expressions.
I think it's helpful in a lot of ways because some kids they're like just like angry all the time. Some kids, and I think that helped some of them too. I thought the point of it was to take out all the bad feelings about inside and to just express yourself.
It's worth the hour a week. And, I think a lot of teachers don't see that our kids bring a lot of baggage to school. They have a lot of things in their head from parent-teacher conference. I'm hearing some of it. If this helps them to release some of that, then you know what, then maybe tomorrow when I do teach pronouns, they'll hear me instead of having so much tension about what's happening at home.
We were learning as we went, and to see how connected they were from when they started to the end, because the fifth graders, they're already like too cool for school. So we had a big challenge there. And to see that they kind of dropped some of their guard and there was more of a sense of community, and they were more in touch with each other, and just friendlier, warmer, and you just had this deep feeling that a difference was made.
It resonates with kids, for example, who may not connect with our standard teaching practices in school, and gives them an opportunity to shine and to express themselves in a socially acceptable way.
Sabet and Behe Productions, in association with FHF Productions, invites you to discover the joys of fifth grade. The effects of stress on our children. And the glimmer of hope that music and art provide for us all.